Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. It's going to be awesome. We're diving into a topic I know a lot of you have been asking about diet hormones and how they affect women's health as we go through different life stages.
Absolutely.
We're talking perimenopause, menopause, and beyond all that good stuff. And for this deep dive, we're going to be focusing on two amazing articles from 121 Dietitian.
He's great.
Now, I'm all about good, solid expert advice.
Me too.
And I gotta say, Gillian's insights in these articles, they're pure gold.
Yeah.
They're evidence-based, easy to understand.
Yeah.
So let's just jump right in, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we always hear about, the estrogen roller coaster during perimenopause and menopause, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that these articles really brought to light for me was the role of progesterone.
Yeah.
And I was like, progesterone.
So important.
Wait, what?
Yeah, estrogen tends to get all the attention.
Right.
But progesterone deserves just as much, if not more, especially during these times. You see, progesterone is often called the calming hormone.
Oh, okay.
And for good reason. It plays a really big role in mood regulation, how well you sleep,
Wow.
your metabolism, and get this bone health, which we're going to talk more about a little bit later.
This is blowing my mind already. I had no idea progesterone was involved in so many things.
It's a busy little hormone.
It's amazing. And it makes you realize, we need to be looking at the full picture here.
Yes.
When we're talking about women's health during perimenopause and menopause.
Exactly.
It's not just about hot flashes and night sweats.
Right.
We're talking about these hormonal shifts that can impact, everything.
Everything, exactly.
Yeah.
And to that point, one of the articles mentions a study from obstetrics and gynecology that found that while estrogen often gets the blame for changes in body composition during perimenopause, progesterone is actually a major factor as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It is.
So, if you're someone who's noticing changes in your body, maybe it's harder to lose weight or you're carrying it in different places.
Right.
This study suggests that progesterone might actually be playing a role.
Yeah.
Which is something maybe to even talk to your doctor about.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power.
Yes.
And understanding these hormonal nuances can really empower you to advocate for your health.
I love that. Okay, so we've covered progesterone. Now, let's talk about something that I know comes up for a lot of women during this transition, and that's weight gain.
Right.
And these articles do not sugarcoat it.
No, they don't.
At all.
They acknowledge that weight gain is a common experience during perimenopause and menopause.
Okay.
And here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
It's not as simple as just saying, oh, it's because your metabolism is slowing down.
Right.
Although that is a factor as we age. What the articles emphasize is the importance of understanding the interplay between hormonal imbalances, lifestyle changes, and how these factors all work together.
Okay, so it's like this perfect storm of things happening all at once.
Exactly. And that's where Gillian Killiner's expertise really shines. She advocates for a holistic approach.
Yeah.
So instead of just focusing on, trying to find some magical menopause diet,
Right.
it's about understanding how your individual body is changing.
Yeah.
And adapting your approach to nutrition and lifestyle accordingly.
That makes so much more sense. Because it's not about, depriving yourself or trying to fight against your body. It's about working with it.
Exactly.
Right.
It's about working with your body, and I think that's incredibly empowering for women.
It is. It's very empowering. And speaking of feeling empowered, the articles also offered some really cool insights about bone health.
Yes.
Which is another thing that, as we age, we need to be mindful of.
For sure. Bone health is essential at every age, but it becomes even more crucial during and after menopause because of everything we're talking about, the estrogen, the progesterone. And you're right, the articles highlight some really fascinating information about this, particularly when it comes to progesterone.
Okay, so lay it on me. Progesterone strikes again. What does it do?
Well, we've all heard about calcium and vitamin D being important for strong bones.
Right.
Those are definitely important.
Yeah.
But what many people don't realize is that progesterone plays a critical role in stimulating new bone formation.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Progesterone does that too. It really is like the superhero of hormones.
I know, right?
It's incredible.
And here's a real kicker. Studies have shown that natural progesterone can actually help reverse osteoporosis.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is incredible. So many women I know are going to be so happy to hear that there are natural ways to support their bone health. As we age, it's not just oh, well, this is going to start declining.
It's about really taking a proactive approach.
Yeah.
And you're right.
Yeah.
That's what's so amazing about these articles. It's it arms you with information that can actually give you some power back.
Right. It's not just scary changes. It's oh, okay, I can do something about this.
Yeah.
I love that. So let's talk about what we can do, because these articles also touch on this really interesting link between our gut health and our hormones.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever noticed, like, when you're stressed out or if your hormones are out of whack, like your digestion kind of goes haywire too?
Absolutely. It's so connected. The gut hormone connection is really a two-way street.
Okay.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
So basically your gut, think of it as it's home to trillions of bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
Good bacteria that play a role in everything, from digestion to your immunity to even your mood.
Right.
And guess what?
What?
Our hormones can really affect all those good bacteria. We're talking estrogen, progesterone, and even cortisol. Those all directly impact our gut microbiome.
See, I knew it wasn't all in my head.
Exactly.
Like, there really is a reason why our stomachs might be doing flips during perimenopause or menopause.
There is. And it's a real physiological reason.
Okay.
It's not just in your head.
That's really good to know.
Yeah.
So give us an example of that. Like, how exactly does that work?
Well, think about this. High cortisol levels. So that's your stress hormone, right?
Yeah.
That can actually change the composition of your gut bacteria.
Wow.
That shift can lead to inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
And then that inflammation can contribute to digestive issues, like bloating, constipation, even IBS.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, stress isn't just affecting your mind. It's like really impacting your gut health on a really deep level.
Fundamental level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why, this whole idea of a holistic approach to women's health during this time is so important.
Right.
We can't just focus on one hormone or one symptom in isolation.
Yeah.
We really need to look at the whole picture.
The bigger picture.
Yes. And that definitely includes gut health.
Okay, so this is a lot to take in, but what can we do about it? Because I know these articles also gave some really practical tips.
They did. And thankfully, a lot of the same things that support hormonal balance are also amazing for our gut health.
Okay, so it's a win-win.
It is a win-win.
Awesome. Give it to me. What are those golden nuggets of wisdom?
All right, well, first and foremost, let's talk about food.
Okay.
Because what we eat has a huge impact,
of course,
on both our hormones and our gut. So the articles really emphasize the importance of prioritizing whole foods, just like we talked about for bone health.
Yeah.
Load up on those fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins.
Okay. All the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that your body really craves naturally.
It does crave it. Why is all that so good for your gut, though?
Well, a big part of it is fiber.
Ah.
You find fiber in those fruits, vegetables, whole grains.
Okay.
And it acts like food for the beneficial bacteria in your gut.
Really?
It helps them thrive and create a more diverse and balanced gut microbiome.
Wow. So fiber is like the superhero sidekick.
It really is.
To a healthy gut. I love it. What about healthy fats? Do those play a role in gut health too?
They do. Healthy fats, like you find in things like avocados, nuts, seeds, fatty fish.
Yeah.
Those are not only good for our brains and our hormones, but they're also amazing for our gut lining. They can actually help reduce inflammation.
Oh.
And support that gut barrier, which is really important for preventing something called leaky gut syndrome.
Leaky gut. That sounds scary.
It can be. But incorporating those healthy fats is a great way to kind of shore up those defenses.
Okay, very important. So you've got the food, we've got to stay hydrated.
Always important. Water is like the magic elixir.
It feels like it, right? It can solve so many problems.
It really can. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day, it's going to help flush out toxins. It's going to help support regular digestion. It's going to help keep everything moving smoothly.
Love that. Okay, so food, water.
Yeah.
What about lifestyle factors? I'm guessing stress management is a big one here.
It's huge.
Right.
Especially given what we talked about with cortisol and its impact on the gut. Chronic stress can really wreak havoc on gut health.
It can.
So finding healthy ways to manage stress is key.
Yeah.
It could be anything from, yoga, meditation, spending time in nature,
right,
journaling, deep breathing exercises, listening to calming music.
Yeah.
Really, whatever works for you.
So many options. It's finding what works for you. And don't forget about sleep.
Oh, yes. Sleep is so essential.
It is. And it's the first thing to go when we get busy.
It is.
Yeah.
But sleep is when our bodies repair and restore themselves.
Yeah.
And that includes our gut.
It does.
So aiming for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night can really make a big difference for both your hormonal and gut health.
Okay, this is great. So prioritizing whole foods, healthy fats, hydration, stress management, quality sleep. We've got a lot of tools at our disposal to really feel our best.
We do.
But there's one more thing I wanted to touch on that I saw in the articles. They only briefly mention estrogen dominance, cortisol, and testosterone.
Right.
Is there anything more to add on those?
Those are all incredibly important aspects of women's health.
Yeah.
And you're right, the articles just kind of skimmed the surface.
Right.
But that's the thing.
It makes you realize there's so much more to learn when it comes to women's health, especially like during these transformative years. It's like we've been given this whole new language to understand our bodies.
It really is. It's such a vast and constantly evolving field.
It is.
And what's really exciting is that with each new discovery, we gain even more insight into how to support women's health in a really holistic and empowering way.
Yeah. I love that. So for anyone listening who's maybe feeling a little overwhelmed right now, which is understandable because it's a lot of info, what's the one key takeaway you want them to walk away with?
You are not alone. These hormonal transitions are a natural part of life.
Yeah.
And with the right knowledge and support, you can totally navigate them with confidence and grace.
Oh, I love that. Grace through the hormone chaos. I'm putting that on a t-shirt.
Seriously, though.
Yeah.
Knowledge really is power. By understanding these changes and how they impact your unique body, you can make informed choices that support your overall well-being. Not just during perimenopause and menopause, but for the rest of your life.
You heard it here first, ladies. This has been such an amazing deep dive. I feel like we've covered so much today.
We have.
From like the power of progesterone to the gut hormone connection. But I think the most important takeaway for me is hope.
Absolutely.
Like there are things we can do,
Yes.
changes we can make to really feel our best at any age.
You absolutely can.
It's incredible. Okay, so to our amazing listeners out there,
Yes.
we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
What resonated most with you today? What questions are maybe still swirling around in your mind? Share your thoughts, your questions, your own experiences in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going.
It's so important.
Because knowledge grows when it's shared. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep thriving.